This is my 21st year in Flagler County Schools. I've spent about 16 of those years at FPC in some capacity, and that place just means the world to me. And so many people have come through there that have impacted not only my life, but everybody else's. And we just thought this was a great way to start remembering people and bring back some of those meaningful stories that have come through that building.
FPC High School has announced the establishment of a Hall of Fame and is now accepting nominations. In an interview with WNZF, Principal Bobby Bossardet says this is an ideal way to celebrate the school's upcoming 50th anniversary.
Next year is a pretty big year for us. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary at FPC. We've just had some amazing educators, some amazing students come through here. So we've never had a Hall of Fame. I believe FPC is the flagship of our district. So just to try to honor some of those folks that have done some really good things to represent who we are as Bulldogs.
Principal Bossardet talks about what they're looking for in an FPC Hall of Famer.
Trying to get some representatives from every decade. We look at some of the folks we have here on our staff, and one thing we're super proud of is we've got over 50 alumni working for FPC in some capacity, whether it's on the support side, the teacher side, or the operational side. So, I'm a proud alumni of FPC, and I can tell you who was there around the time that I went there and afterwards as a teacher. So really just trying to tap into some of those people that are doing amazing things out in our community that still, chose to raise their families and still live here, but also the ones that have chose to move away and continue to give back to the community wherever they're living, but also support FPC.
If you're interested in nominating FPC alumni or faculty and staff members, complete the nomination form available at fpcbulldogs.com. The deadline is July 1st. FPC Hall of Fame inductees will be honored in early November. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, June 13th.
That is a possibility. Is it a high possibility? Probably not. But it is a distinct possibility. We need to be ready. We don't want to be caught off guard and people saying, well, I never thought a Category 5 could happen here, because it very much can.
Flagler County Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord is talking about the county's plan if our coast is hit by a major hurricane this season.
Risk-wise, we are not any less of risk than any other coastal county in Florida.
Director Lord says it doesn't even take a direct hit to suffer from a major hurricane.
2 years ago, Ian and Nicole, but Ian primarily was a very good example of that. We had 2 weeks of flooding off of Crescent Lake, which is very weird because some of that flooding actually got worse days after the storm happened. But we got to remember, Ian dumped all this water in Volusia County, Seminole County, Orange County, Lake County, and the St. Johns River travels north, so up past us, and then that water backed up, and then we lost a county facility because that entire area was underwater for almost 2 weeks straight.
Lord says a direct hit or major rainmaker could overwhelm the county's canals.
So the water does make it past the ocean or onto the intercoastal, because the intercoastal is connected to the ocean. Maybe not in our county, but in our neighboring counties. The ocean does come in. It comes into the intercoastal. If it floods up all of our canals, the main canals in Palm Coast empty out through Graham Swamp and eventually out to the intercoastal. So all the water basically flows backwards, right? So that's what's going to happen. The water's going to flow backwards and head into our community.
Lord says regardless of your past experience, it's important to be prepared for all storms.
Every storm is different. Every Category 1 is different. Every tropical storm is different. Some tropical storms pass right over here and we have no idea they even happened. Other ones, Ian and Nicole had tropical storm-like effects in our community, flooded part of our county for 2 weeks. So every single tropical storm is different because the direction, the speed, the category of hurricane, all is different every single time. So we really don't want people to think lightly about that just because they made it through another one.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. How will the Flagler County Cultural Council affect the county?
FC3 board member Julia Truillo said tourism dollars. She said that while St. Johns County gets 5 million visitors a year and Volusia County gets 10 million visitors a year, Flagler County gets 2 million visitors, and they are within driving distance of several events.
And it's quite apparent from all the research that people who are interested in cultural tourism will drive for an event or a gallery show or something that they're interested in. They stay longer. They spend more money.
Truillo said that's an immediate impact for not only the county, for the tax dollars that we collect, but for the organizations that can take in more money at the front door and build more capacity. You can listen to Lifeline here on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 9 or anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, getting everybody on board with 2 simple words. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.